Lucia yesterday was 8 years old, so we sang happy birthday and we made her a big strawberry cake. What do you think I can call my day yesterday? What name?
Happy birthday!
A happy birthday day. What else could I call it?
A birthday day.
A birthday day. And then we can decide what we're going to call your days. But you decided to call my days. Can you remember? Remind me again, what names did you say?
Strawberry day.
Party day.
Strawberry day.
We could call it party day, strawberry day.
House day. House day.
A house day. Why would you call it a house day?
Because we don't come to school yesterday.
That's right. So we could call it a house. That's a good idea too. Today we're going to try out the headline routine, and in preschool we modify and we call it either story title, or we call it our weekend day, or we simply refer to it as what do you want to call your day off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite the children to draw a painting about their day off yesterday. We'll talk about it, and then I'll ask them to give their painting and their day a title. The children can then share their pictures during circle time, and we'll probably ask the other children to tell us what other names or what other titles they could give for that picture.
Wow!
Our present unit of inquiry is about storytelling, and we're focusing on retelling stories, on different ways of telling stories, on inventing our own stories, and I want the children to think about what is the main theme of a story. And this routine is perfect because they have to summarize in a title what the main theme of the story is. What about Chaitrali? What are we going to call your day, Chaitrali?
Flowers day.
A flowers day. That's a lovely name. Did you see a lot of flowers yesterday?
Yes, one garden flowers, all flowers.
In the garden there was all sorts of flowers. Fantastic. I would like the children to give titles to their pictures that are relevant to what they've told us about their day off, that are relevant to what the drawing they've done. And I also want them, when we're sharing together and we're giving different ideas, I want them to listen to each other thinking out loud, and I want them to listen to what other ideas are good titles for their story. Did you see any blue flowers, Chaitrali? Colleen is asking.
No.
No blue flowers.
That is not blue flowers, and pink, yellow, and red.
You saw pink, yellow, and red. Fantastic. I really like that we've been using this for a while now, and I have some EAL children who had no English at the beginning of the year, and when they started doing this at the beginning of the year, they would draw a picture and they would name each element, or they might say something, but they found the idea of giving a title that they hadn't quite grasped that. And for example, Chaitrali today really, she showed me that she's really got it, because instead of telling me everything that was in the picture, she decided to give it a title, and she called it her friend's day, and I thought that was great, and it was fantastic when she managed to share it also with everybody. I was very pleased. I think one of the things I really like is that this is something that I've done in preschool for many years, and I think teachers all over the world do. You know, what did you do on your holidays? Tell me about your holidays. Draw a picture. And I find that using the story title routine, it really engages the children, and it makes their the sharing of the story much more explicit for everybody. My goodness, look at all the colours that Colleen is using for her picture. Do you know what she's making?
A rainbow. Can I have this pen?
You can borrow my pen, yes, of course. Is this going to change the name of your picture then?
A rainbow day.
Now you could call it a rainbow day. I think in early years, at this age group, we need to revisit experiences a lot, and we need to revisit them in different contexts. So this is an activity that we will carry on through the year. One of the things I think that the children would really enjoy would be to make a book of all the journals or weekend stories that they've told us, and then also they would have to engage in doing a story title for that book. So that's one place that I think will definitely go. I've had some boys who are not so interested in drawing, but who will come in on a Monday morning and build something that tells us about their weekend, and they'll give their construction a title. So they're beginning to take it in different directions. So I feel it's something that I can use in many different contexts. I feel that the more we do this activity, the more the children are getting engaged in it, and they're coming up with much more creative responses than they did at the beginning. So instead of just calling a day like the one Ricardo made today, instead of just calling it a rainy day, a wet day, or the other day somebody came up with a snappy day, which I thought was fantastic. I loved that. So it shows that, you know, children can move on and get more and more creative.